Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Abhijit Roy. Those who are new in this channel, myself Abhijit Roy, an ex-banker of 20 years, and currently I'm trying to make financial things in a very layman language. So today we'll discuss about how you should choose a mutual fund, right? So it should be noted that there are lots of mutual funds, and you should be aware of what is the current profit they are providing, or what is the returns, you should say. So I'm just, without wasting your time, I'm just going to straight to my screen just to make sure. So there will be number of schemes, right? So you have Quant tax plans, so various sort of things, category are there. So there will be ELSS, there will be flexi cap funds, there will be large cap funds, sectorial funds, mid cap funds, small cap funds. So there are various sort of categories basically. So one should be aware of how to choose a mutual fund. So when we choose, this is I'm exactly taken the CRISIL rating. Though there are various rating scheme things that are given to a particular mutual fund, so that they are rated well. If there is 5 rated, so it means that the mutual fund is good, right? So today we'll discuss about how to choose. So I'm just going to my this one, yeah. So like here, if we try to go for okay, ठीक है, आज हम लोग चुनते हैं कि large and mid cap, how to choose a large and mid cap things. So if you come to this portion, and you find there are a couple of mutual funds names, schemes names are there. There's HDFC large and mid cap funds, direct fund is given. There are various ICICI large cap is also given. So in terms of HDFC large cap, you will find 11,197 AUM size there, right? So and in terms of ICICI large cap and mid cap funds, you will find around 9,123 crore is the AUM size. AUM size is asset under management, right? So you should be aware of all these things. So what is the equity holding, if we say? So equity holding, how much they have invested in cash, and what is the proper equity they have invested in terms in the market. They have invested almost 93% of the 100 rupees if they have collected, they have invested 93% in the equity market itself. And they are currently holding around 6%. If you see the number of stocks, it is 66, whereas in ICICI Prudential large and mid cap funds, you will find the equity holding of around 97%, and the cash holding is almost 1%. The number of stocks in the portfolio is around 80. So if you go to this one, if we try to figure out what is the return exactly they have given, both of them. So we'll find the return out here. Like in a 1 week's time, HDFC large cap has given 5% return, 2% return, sorry. In terms of 6 months, they have given a return of 25%. In terms of YTD, 1 year basis, they have given a return of 24%. 1 year 26, 2 years 18%, and 10 years they have given around 15%. In terms of ICICI Prudential large and mid cap, they have also generated a good amount of return. In 10 years, they have returned 17%. These are all CAGR basis basically. And in terms of 1 week, they have given 2% return. In terms of 6 months, they have given around 19% return. So there is various sort of things that one should be aware of how to choose it, right? So in terms of going, again, if you are wanting to make sure how to choose, another thing is very important. You should be aware of the ratios. There are 4 types of ratio, which is very much important. There is standard deviation is there, there's beta ratio is there, Sharpe ratio is there, Jensen alpha ratio is there, and Taylor's ratio is there. So in terms of HDFC large cap, if you find the standard deviation is 14.55%, right? And in terms of beta, it is 0.91%, and Sharpe ratio is 1.52%, whereas in Jensen alpha, it is 8.24%. In terms of Taylor's ratio, it is 0.24%. So whereas in ICICI Prudential, it is in terms of standard deviation, it is 15.5, and the beta is 0.94. In terms of Sharpe ratio, it is 1.69. In terms of Jensen alpha, it is 11.71. In terms of Taylor's ratio, it is 0.28. I will make a separate video in terms of how you should be aware of this sort of ratios. What are the definitions basically? So it will make a more complex things into a very easier one. If we check for this one ELSS, at times we always have to do we have to save in terms of 1,50,000 under section 80cc. So often try to figure out how to do it. You can opt for ELSS. In terms of ELSS, there are a good amount of things. These are all 5 rated, as I was discussing in my starting. So there will be Quant tax plan, which has also 5 rating, CRISIL 5, rank 5, rating is there. AUM size is almost 4,605 crore. Equity portion is that has been invested is 97%. Number of stocks is 193. Cash holding is 3%, right? So if we go to the SBI long-term fund is also there, 15,000 is 15,374 is the AUM size, and the equity holding is 97%, and the total number of stock is also similar, 193, and the cash holding is 3%. In terms of the returns, if we check, the returns that have been given by Quant, it is 3% in 1 year. In 10 years time, it has given a 25% return. In terms of 5 years time, it has given a 26% return. In terms of 3 years, it has given a 39% return. In terms of 2 years, it has given 17% return. In terms of SBI long-term equity fund, if you say the 10 years return is there 18%, 3 years return is 29%, and 1 year return is around 27%. And we should also check, as I was discussing, in the standard deviation, beta Sharpe ratio, and Jensen alpha, and also Taylor's ratio. So in terms of Quant taxation, tax plan, if we see, the standard deviation is 15.5, right? Beta is 0.94. Sharpe ratio is 1.69. Jensen alpha is 11.71, and Taylor's ratio is 0.28. SBI long-term equity fund is also there, so it is giving a standard deviation of 18.12. Beta is 1.06. Sharpe ratio is 1.46, and Jensen alpha is 10.31%. Taylor's ratio is 0.25. So there are number of categories which you will find in terms of the sort of, we have just discussed about the ELSS. So there will be quanta fund will be there will be ELSS, there will be flexi caps, there will be focused funds, there will be large and mid caps funds, small caps. So if we check the small caps also, there will be Nippon India small cap fund is there. Its AUM size is almost 34,468.92 crore. Right, the equity holding, the equity invested in stock is 97%, and cash holding is 1%. The returns is also in front of you. If you check the 10 years return, it is almost 32%. In terms of 3 years return, they have given a 47% return. 1 year, they have given a 37% return. Quant small cap return is also great. 10 years, they have given 19%. 5 years, they have given 31%. 2 years, they have given 24%. In terms of the standard deviation, the ratio is around 15.5, beta 0.94. So there is huge amount of things you should be aware. So typically one should be knowing what are the CRISIL rating, what is the AUM size, what is the number of stocks in the portfolio, or how you can be aware what are the stocks basically in the portfolio, what is the cash holding of the scheme. In terms of returns, you should be aware of 6 months, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years also, and 3 years is also important. And you should be aware of this sort of standard deviation ratios, basically beta, Sharpe ratio, Jensen alpha, and Taylor's ratio. I hope that this video is being liked by you. If you like my video, do like, share, and subscribe my channel. I do often give a very holistic view on how you should be aware of this sort of things in terms of your exposure to mutual fund and also to stock market. Thanks a lot for watching my video. Hope you like it, and we'll make next time. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye.